What's going on, guys? So another week down in the books in the weekly rotation. It's my favorite format to do every single week. I know this is one of those videos that some of you look forward to every week just to see what I've been wearing. And yeah, I've got quite the variety this week. Some new stuff to the collection, some vintage stuff that I haven't worn in a long time, and just some overall great smelling, well-rounded, easygoing fragrances on top of that. There's a little bit of everything, kind of a mixed bag in this week's rotation, and it's week number 127, so stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is one I haven't reached for in a little while. Kind of polarizing, super popular. Maybe more luxury fragrance purists might not be that big of a fan of fragrances like this, but I went with the Eau de Parfum version of Versace Eros. Never a bad time to smell like this fragrance, in my personal opinion. Wildly popular, youthful. Yeah, it's all of those things. Great performer. Smells really good. Kind of goes with everything that's not a formal occasion, really. As casual as you want it to be, which is kind of what I wear it for in casual situations with a t-shirt. It's pretty much every time I wear this fragrance. One that you can wear to dinner, but I mean, it's not something I'm reaching for to go to dinner. I have so many better options out there, which I suggest you do the same. There's so many better options out there. But in a pinch, it'll work for just about everything. Very versatile, a little on the sweet side for sure. A little bit of green apple fruitiness up top. There's a heavier dose of ambroxan in the Eau de Parfum version than the original Eau de Toilette. There's a nice dose of vanilla. It's a little minty. It's aromatic. It's just a nice fragrance overall. Like I said, performance is great on the EDP. I love the EDP. I've always liked the EDT, but the EDP was the one that made me say, yep, need to get a bottle. Still haven't tried the Parfum version though, but in a pinch, this one always works. You know, some people have kind of moved on to bigger and better things, and maybe in your collection it's kind of been collecting dust on the shelf, and if you're one of those guys, maybe it's time to dust it off. This is definitely a really good fragrance during the day. Versace Eros EDP. And then we got the shower. This is one that, I don't know, I just get in the mood for when I get out the shower sometimes. It's deep, it's rich, it's smoky, it's very floral. It's Zaharoff Signature Rosé. I like to wear this one out the shower. I like to wear it during the day. I like to wear this one at dinner. I like to wear this for a lot of different things. Because me and my wife both really, really enjoy this one. Those of you that watch me on a regular basis, you know she has her own bottle as well. There's days when we both wear it. There's days when just one of us wears it. But there's a lot of rosé getting sprayed in my household between myself and my wife. Very unisex. Masculine rose, but it's at the end of the day, it's still a rose fragrance, so it can easily be worn by women. My mom wears this, my wife wears this. They enjoy it very much. Beautiful, intoxicating, my favorite fragrance from the house, hands down. And yeah, it's just really, really good stuff. The must try, the cream of the crop from Zaharoff, in my personal opinion. Out the shower, Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Moving into Monday, some more powerhouses for sure. This is Samy Andraus' version of Roja Parfums Elysium called Blue Sapphire. I've spoken about this one many times on the channel. I really enjoy this one. I hadn't worn it in quite some time. Wearing this sparked a video topic as far as some cologne fragrances. It's just beautiful. I love this stuff. It's the citrus aromatic take on Elysium, because Elysium's an aromatic fougere. There's none of the herbaceous components here. You don't have a lot of the woods. You have a little bit of wood. I believe cedar. Yeah, cedar's the only wood listed in here. Actually, here's the notes for anyone interested. This is my favorite non-original rendition of Elysium. Yeah, the both versions of Elysium from Roja Parfums are magnificent, and this can't touch them. But in performance, it definitely does. But in scent quality, it can't touch them. But if you're on a budget, this is my favorite way to smell like Elysium. Even though I have both originals, Parfum Cologne and Parfum pour Homme, I still like to reach for this one because it's just so damn good. It's a bit more fruity and more metallic than the originals. Like I said, it's more of a citrus aromatic. It's beautiful. The stuff performs Like I said before, it's really cheap. Really, really, really low. I mean, you can see the dent in the bottle. I definitely wear this stuff. I used to wear it pretty often. Haven't worn it in a while. Was definitely happy to reach for this one during the day. Blue Sapphire. And then one of my favorite, it's become one of my favorite fragrances to wear out the shower. The clean musk and this kind of smooth creaminess that it has just goes so well fresh out the shower, lounging around the house. We're talking about Authenticity Perfume's Clean Musk. And look, this is some powerful stuff too. This is much more powerful than I typically want for out the shower. But it just smells so damn good that I really don't care. I give myself 3 to 4 good sprays and I have a serious scent bubble. It's all in my face. I smell myself very strong. I don't get a lot of olfactive fatigue from this. Luckily, I don't go nose blind to it, so it can be overwhelming in the first 10 minutes or so before it settles in a little bit more. It's still very strong after 10 minutes, obviously. But it's become kind of my go-to. I've kind of weekly been reaching for this out the shower once a week. It's definitely my clear-cut number 2 from Authenticity Perfumes, behind Summer Vibes 2.0. But I still smell it floating in the air. This is really good stuff. Nothing complex, nothing deep. It's like 4 notes, but it's all about this smooth, creamy, clean, and aromatic smell of musk. You can't go wrong here. Definitely one that I urge you to try. If you're just looking for something versatile, like super inoffensive but strong in performance, check this one out. Out the shower, Authenticity Perfume's Clean Musk. Moving into Tuesday, one I have not worn in some time. It's one of my favorite vetiver fragrances, which I don't have a lot of, preferred vetiver fragrances because vetiver dominated fragrances aren't typically my cup of tea, though I have come around to them more over the last several years. One of my favorites is definitely Vetiver Parfum Cologne from Roja Parfums. I love this stuff. Now granted, I say I love this stuff. Of the 5 for the Parfum Cologne line, it's my least favorite. All the other 4 are much more interesting. You got 2 aromatic fougères, 3 technically with Elysium, but Elysium is Elysium. My God, it smells incredible. Creation E, or outside the States, Enigma, is a stunner. It's a showstopper. And then I love my spicy green aromatic fougères. Danger Parfum Cologne and Scandal Parfum Cologne. Danger I deem the most versatile. It's the one I wear the most in the line. And then Scandal is kind of the one I only wear on certain special occasions when I'm in the mood for the spicy green feel. Creation E I only wear in the winter. Elysium I kind of only wear in the hot weather. And I kind of only reach for this one in the springtime, which we're in right now. And I've yet to wear it. So it was definitely time. Really good stuff. Like I said, really good stuff. It's got a little bit of a soapy feel. There's a little touch of citrus, but it's more of a clean, fresh, woody type of vetiver. There's no real earthy tones here. I love that about it. I like the cleaner, woody vetivers. That's kind of the ones I gravitate towards. If it's super earthy, I tend to not like it. I've gotten better with it. I do like slightly earthier vetivers these days, like the Ancre Noir line recently. I sampled that, and turns out I like the line. But this is just magnificent. I love this stuff. The quality, top tier. Performance leaves a little bit to be desired if you're looking for a beast. This is not a beast. Average performance type of stuff. From my skin, I get about 5 to 6 hours, but for this scent profile, it's kind of right in the sweet spot of what I would want. It's plenty. Some fragrances I don't want crazy power and longevity out of. Sometimes I want a little bit more subdued, kind of, handful of hours or so, and I'm good. I can move on to another fragrance or I can refresh if I want to stick with it. During the day, Roja Parfum's Vetiver Parfum Cologne. When I got the shower, I went a little bit more bland, I guess you could say, with Ellis Aqua. This is another one I just kind of gravitate to out the shower. It's smooth, it's creamy, it's fresh, it's a little watery. It's cheap. You can get these really cheap. I paid like 12 or 15 bucks for this 50 ml at a Marshall's back in Louisiana on one of my annual trips back home. And yeah, I kind of strictly just wear it out the shower. It's the use that I have for it. It's a great refresher. Solid gym bag fragrance. This is a great gym bag fragrance. Super inoffensive, not loud, not super long lasting. That's the kind of stuff I like. Those of you familiar with what I like to wear to the gym this fits right into it. I like fresh, clean, not really loud, on the weaker side in performance. This kind of fits that mold. Out the shower, gym bag fragrances, that stereotype that I've kind of created for myself, are kind of one and the same. This can go either way. It can go in my backpack to go to the gym, or I can wear it out the shower. And in this instance, I wore it out the shower. If you see it out there, definitely not a must grab, not a must buy. I've heard the extremes even better. I never tried the extreme. But this one, it's a pass. It's not something you have to have, but it's nice. It's okay. It's nothing special. And I wear it out the shower. Ellis Aqua. Moving into Wednesday.
Well, what do we got over here?
Blue fragrances over here.
A cup of Hades.
Some of my favorites. So starting with during the day with Ferragamo. Yes, I went back to it this week. I have it out the box. It's not in the back of the shelf where it normally sits. Let's wear it. I love this stuff. One of my favorite violet leaf fragrances. God, this stuff smells good. It's hard to find these days too. I get a lot of people reach out to me anytime I feature this one saying it's so hard to find. As soon as it does restock at a discounter, it sells out almost immediately over the last several years. This came out in like the very beginning of 2020. It's been out for over 2 years now. And it pops up for around 40 to 50 bucks. And look, is it the cheapest Ferragamo fragrance? No. But it's definitely worth it right there. It's got above average performance. It's not every blue fragrance. It's not every typical blue fragrance scent profile because it's more on violet leaf and green. So you get a little bit of an aquatic hit from the violet leaf that kind of leans it blue, but it's grounded with more of this herbaceous green feel that's very fresh, more so than spicy. Really like this stuff. But like I said, more 6 to 8 hour type of fragrance and longevity, above average. That's right in my wheelhouse, the sweet spot. It's versatile. It dresses up, dresses down. It's a daily wear type of scent. This is a signature scent everyday fragrance. Sucks that it's hard to find. I'm thrilled that I have a bottle, and like I said, last week is the first time in a while that I pulled it out and wore it. So I said, you know what? I have it out. Leave it on the rotation table. Let's wear it again this week. And during the day, that's exactly what I did. Ferragamo. I got the shower. One of my favorite cheap fragrances I've ever put my hands on, ever put my nose into. Abercrombie and Fitch, First Instinct, together. One of the fragrances synonymous with this channel. I love this stuff. I wear it out the shower, I wear it casually during the day. It's great for the summertime. I actually wore it to the gym a few days ago as well. That's one of the reasons, that's what it was initially pulled out for. I wore it to the gym and I said, well, while I got it out, let me throw it on the table. I'll wear it again for something. And here we go. I wore it out the shower on Wednesday. Yeah, we're on Wednesday. We're on Wednesday. They're still popping up at rack stores, guys. If you were ever curious about it and wanted to roll the dice on a fresh aquatic blind buy, they're out there. This is one of those dice roll blind buys I stand behind. Is there a guarantee you're going to like it? No. Is there a possibility you're going to waste your money? Absolutely. So take my advice with a grain of salt. You have to make that decision. I don't make purchasing decisions for anyone other than myself. And this is one of my many blind buys over the years, but I fell in love with this fragrance. I have multiple bottles of it because I'm slowly but surely working my way down this 50 ml. I have backup 50 mLs. I have a backup 100 ml. Over the years, I'll go through this stuff. It smells like Invictus Aqua meets the original meets YSL Y. Little bit of all three. Synthetic, very. Strong at first, absolutely. Weaker in the longevity side, sure. 4 to 5 hours is the best I've ever really gotten out of it. But the first 2 hours are pretty stout, very pronounced. It does pull some compliments in my experience. And it's cheap. It's always a good thing, right? Out the shower. Abercrombie and Fitch, First Instinct together. Moving into Thursday, now that I look at it, a lot of the fragrances out the shower this week were not my typical reaches. Some powerful stuff. During the day, here on Thursday is just one of the best designer fragrances ever made, in my opinion. It's Prada Lunarosa Carbon. I don't reach for it enough. And I love every time I wear this stuff. It's so good. Even though I tend to wear Sauvage more, which I haven't been wearing Sauvage EDT much either. I still think this is the ultimate version of that Sauvage EDT scent profile. It's just so damn good. Because nobody does soapy like Prada. I've said it over and over like a broken record. The lavender they use in here gives this smooth, slightly soapy edge. it really sands off the rough edges, for lack of a better term. That sharp metallic nature of Dior Sauvage is not here. Is it still a little metallic? Sure, but it's not sharp. The sharpness is gone. There's that smooth, rich lavender. They got a little bit of an earthy tone going here, and it's all about the ambroxan. Yes, it's a shower gel scent, but damn, it's one of the best ones ever created, in my opinion. Like I said, it's one of the best men's fragrances ever produced, in my opinion, because it's my cup of tea. I like the versatile, you know, fresh, mass-appealing stuff more times than not. Do I wear something like this every day? No. But more days than not, I definitely reach for fragrances that fit the mold of a Prada Lunarosa Carbon. It's still my favorite in the line. I definitely do like it over Lunarosa Ocean, which I need to start wearing that one more. I haven't wore that one in some time either. That's the downside to having so many fragrances. Some good stuff will just sit on the shelf, and you got to make it a point to reach back for stuff that you really enjoy, which is the case here. I really, really enjoy this one. I just haven't been wearing it enough, but it is one that I urge you guys to try. If you're looking for just that one fragrance that can literally check every box, Prada Lunarosa Carbon is definitely one of those fragrances. And then I got the shower. Like I was saying, I've been rolling with some strong stuff recently out this week in particular. Niche for All Sea Mint, their version of Fragrance du Bois London Oud. A gorgeous, minty aquatic that has this warm medicinal oud smell in the background. Not too far in the background, but definitely not in the front. It's still about the sea notes and this kind of peppermint smell. This is my favorite from Niche for All. Like I said recently in a video, Pineapple Oak is going to be what most people are going to tell you is probably the safest play if you're going to try something from them on a blind dice roll. But honestly, if you're going for one of their 3-packs, which I have 2 3-packs from them, yes, I agree Pineapple Oak should be in there. It's kind of like Hassavat's opening meets Aventus's dry down. The way they blended it, it's great. It gives you the best of both worlds. But this is the most stunning fresh fragrance I've tried from a clone company because the quality's there. Niche for All is not just a catchy name. The oil quality is there for what we classify as a niche fragrance, which is really just a higher end, higher quality luxury fragrance, is what technically we have classified as niche, because the fragrance market as a whole is niche. It's a niche in itself, but for the way we've coined the term anyways, this is definitely on that level in quality. Performance is there. Granted, it is a clone, don't get me wrong, but it's a damn good clone. I've never smelled the original. So when I say damn good clone, I don't mean how accurate it is to the original that's replicating. I mean as far as how it smells as a standalone, judging it as an individual, it's a damn good fragrance. Out the shower, I was just in the mood for it. Niche for All, Sea Mint. Moving into Friday, this is one of those older, more vintage. It's crazy to think at this time 2008 is vintage when it comes to fragrances at this point, because that's 14 years ago at the recording of this video. That's crazy to think. But we're talking about Dior Homme Sport, the 2008 formula. This is actually a 2009 batch code, so technically it's 13 years old, but the formula started in 2008. This is the first Dior Homme Sport. The cap's always the clear tell because you don't have the black portion of the cap inside the top of this cap, but it's the best smelling one still. We've had 4 renditions of this fragrance now: 2008, 2012, 2017, and 2021. I have bottles of the first 3. I have a decant of the newest one. They're all good. None of them are identical to one another. They're all good fragrances, but if I had to just keep one, it's this one. This is the smallest bottle of the 3 bottles I have. I have a 100 ml of the 2012. I have a 4.2 ounce, 125 ml of the 2017. And this is just a 50 ml. But damn, this is a good fragrance. Anybody that's smelled this one or has experience with it, I'm pretty confident you'll agree with me. There's a beautiful bright citrus. It's almost fizzy, effervescent, bright citrus pop up top. The elemi resin in the woods here add this lovely, creamy, woody feel. It's beautiful. This is such... I think there's a little bit of ginger in there if I remember correctly. It's such a good fragrance. God, this is so good. I loved every second of it. It's actually a surprising performer for a fresh sport type of fragrance. I get every bit of 6 to 8 hours on my skin. I didn't really pay attention beyond the 5 or so hour mark, but randomly it would remind me it was there all day while I was wearing this stuff. And look, like I said, this has been 13 years since this bottle was filled. 13 to 14 years. And it still smells like a brand new fresh fragrance. Nothing spoiled. I guess it's well macerated. That's why it performs so well. But damn, you forget how good certain things are when you haven't worn them in a long time. During the day, 2008 Dior Homme Sport. Then when I got out the shower, you want to talk about absurd for out the shower, for what I normally wear? We're talking about the new Intense Cedrat Boise from Mancera. Why do I say it's absurd? It's a 45% oil concentration. Clean Musk from Authenticity Perfumes is a 50% oil concentration. Rosé is 20 some odd percent. I forgot exactly how much. Cement from Niche for All, I know that's above 20%. I don't remember exactly. A lot of these high oil concentration, high performing fragrances out the shower this week. And the difference here from the original as far as the performance is the projection is toned back a little bit because it wears so much heavier. So much heavier. It's like double or close to double the oil percentage from the original, okay? It's spicier. I've gone through 2 full wearings now. This and the following day, I wore it Saturday, this is Saturday evening. So I wore it 2 wearings in a row. And what I've learned about this fragrance so far is the spice and the suede comes out pretty heavily. It's a touch animalic, the suede oud oak moss kind of combo in the base. It doesn't come across too musky. There's a little muskiness, but it's more so of this warm, buttery type of suede. Very warm too. The pepper stays for a long time here. You still get that fruity freshness, that beautiful blackcurrant lemon pop at the top. Hangs out for a very long time. It takes a long time for this fragrance to dry down. It takes a long time. Yes, it does still smell like the original, but it's so appropriately named because it is an intensified version of the original for sure. Is it a little redundant to the original? Yes. If you're looking for the bright freshness, you need to stick with the original. But if you're looking for something that's got a dense trail, and I mean anosmia is a real problem with this one, I gotta say, because it's so potent in the beginning, you don't realize how strong it is because your nose starts to wear down quickly with this. My wife said I was filling the damn room like 7 hours into wearing it because I walked by and it was like I just sprayed it, she said. I walked by to sit on the other side of the couch from her. I had to pass in front of her to go to the other side of the couch to go around her and my dog. And she's like, did you just spray something? No, it's been like all day. So, and look, it'll randomly pop up and like a dense cloud will hit me. Like, I don't just get a light whiff when I get a whiff hours into it. It's a pretty dense whiff, strong. This stuff sticks to your skin, my skin, like glue. I'm loving this stuff. Loving this stuff. Very expensive still, don't get me wrong. Try before you buy. Get a sample. Sample, sample, sample. Can't stress it enough. It's going to be too redundant for some people. I understand that. But if you're looking for absurd longevity with a strong sillage and you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of freshness and a little bit of that initial projection in the first couple of hours, because look, it's not close to the skin in the first couple of hours. Still projects pretty good, but it's not as airy and fresh as the original. So keep that in mind. But out the shower, man, this stuff's great. Intense Cedrat Boise. Finally on Saturday, like I said before, I rocked this all day. I'm loving this stuff. Intense Cedrat Boise. Look, it was #1 on my 2022 fragrance wish list. I'm so glad I was finally able to get my hands on it. The wonderful people at Twisted Lily sent it out for video collaboration. I appreciate that because I really wanted this fragrance. I'm so enthused to finally have gotten my nose on it, and it lived up to the expectation that I put on it. Because a lot of you know I hold Cedrat Boise in very high regard. It's one of my favorite fragrances. It's one of my favorites to recommend to you guys. And it's still, for me, the way I wear them and how seasonal and situational I actually am, it's not that damn redundant for me to have both. I have uses already mapped out for both. Once the summertime rolls around, I'm not going to be reaching for this. This is too much for the heat. It's warm, it's leathery. It's kind of like, they almost could have named it Cedrat Boise leather, because it's a strong leather base. You get a lot of leather. It provides this thick, warm, slightly musky backbone kind of the most of the way through. It's spicy and fruity up top. It's a damn good fragrance, but that 45% oil concentration is just no joke. During the day, and many more wearings coming soon, Mancera Cedrat Boise, the Intense. And then I haven't sprayed it on yet. I just got out the shower before starting recording this video, and I am about to spray on Mercedes-Benz Cologne. It was still up here on this shelf from the video I did that yesterday that came out today at the recording of this. And I got all these beautiful, super fresh aquatic summer fragrances right there on that shelf. So why not? And I grabbed this. So 4 good sprays is good. 1 in front of the neck. God, this smells good. Lemonade, orange. It's got the lemonade smell. Smells like Dior Homme cologne, but with that zesty orange note. There's mandarin orange. There's another like typical orange note on top of that. It's got this just fresh, beautiful smell. It's synthetic, don't get me wrong, but it's one of the best out there for summer. It's great out the shower. It's great out the shower. I wear this out the shower all the time because it's very uplifting and invigorating. It's one of those types of fragrances. If you can find this for around 40 bucks or less, it's a roll the dice blind buy vote from me if you value my opinion at all. Not going to be some performance beast. It's super fresh. You have to expect that, but damn does it smell good. It's a great experience. It's great at the gym. It's great casually. It's great in the heat especially. It's great out the shower. It's great at work. You can kind of do everything with this. There's never a bad time to smell like this. Out the shower here tonight on Saturday, Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Well, that is the rotation for week number 127. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. Those of you familiar with the format, you know the drill. What did your rotation look like? Please sound off below in the comments what you wore this past week. Was it one fragrance? Was it something different every day? Did you mix it up? I love reading those comments. I love to see what you guys have been wearing. Did we match anywhere along the way? That's random coincidence, you know, but it does happen. Even if it's not in the same day, at some point this week, did y'all wear Mercedes-Benz Cologne or Versace Eros EDP or something like that? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the fragrances I wore this past week, you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.